Alright, so let's make some worm gears. I actually created a worm gear and a helix gear part already. The worm gear part is 1 inch long and it's a 1/2 inch diameter. And the helix gear is, I think, a 3 inch diameter and 1/4 inch thick. So we're going to start with an assembly file. Alright, so we're going to place the helix gear, and then we're going to place the worm, and then we need to constrain these two, and we want to create a few work planes just so this happens. So I'm going to put a work plane 1/2 inch in there. I'm going to put a work plane 1/8 inch in this direction, so it's halfway into that piece. And then I want to create another work plane that probably is already in the helical gear. This one right there. So we want to just do a work plane on that XY plane, or XZ plane, and we probably don't need to do anything with that, so we'll cancel that. We'll do a constraint and we'll mate this work plane with this XZ work plane. So now this should allow me, should stay kind of plane with that. I also want to create a tangent constraint between this barrel and this outer rim, and they should be touching to the outside. And let's take a look at that. Okay, now we want to get a work plane kind of halfway here, so that this lines up right there. So let's see if there's a plane. There we go, this plane right here, this XZ plane. We want to do a mate constraint with it and this. And that should constrain it. So those two are now constrained in space. And you can see that's how those two are going to work together. So now we can go on to our design assistant, and we're going to click on worm gear, and we'll say this is worm gear test number 2. I already tried this once, so hopefully it'll work for us. So this one, the worm, we're going to pick this as the face, and this is the start plane, and we're going to push it back into the material, and the center distance is going to be the radius of this, which is 1.5 plus half of this, so 1.75 is correct. I'm going to click on OK, and it pretty much calculates it for us based on the number of threads there and the number of teeth that we're going to get out. We're going to have this go and push downward to there. This looks pretty good, and that looks pretty good. And I'm going to click on calculate and OK. And there it is. There's my two parts. So what I want to do now is I can just turn the visibility of these two off. And now I can see my worm gear with my helical gear. And then if you want to increase the clearance so that doesn't rub so much, you can change those values. If you go into your worm gear and you edit with the design accelerator, you can change that. We'll make this a 0.5 unit clearance. And click on OK. This should give us a little more space here. I didn't like that. I think my worm gear is too big now. So let's change that. Let's do 0.3. Why is it not cutting the threads on this? I think it's just in my Inventor. Okay, and there it's cutting them. So maybe I can change it just on one and not the other. Let's try that. Let's check on this, and let's make this a 0.5. I'm doing okay there. I should make these a little bit deeper, I think, or wider, to give us a little more clearance. You should be able to see that that gave us a little more clearance in those spots. I think we're still getting some rubbing if we look inside there a little bit. Maybe not. Yeah, see right there? That's what we don't want. We don't want that to rub in that space. So we're going to keep making adjustments until that goes away. By adjusting the clearance in this value right here, I'm going to bump this up a little bit. And I'm going to drop this down to 0.8. Try that. I shortened it up a little bit, but again, I'm still getting this here. So I'm going to keep adjusting those numbers until I get a good fit based on this picture. So hopefully that helps create worm gears. And again, I think it's just a matter of kind of just playing around with these numbers a little bit to see what you get. Until you like the fit that you have. That's too much what I wanted. Let's go back. And again, just kind of working your way through there. So hopefully that helps you get to where you want to be. Again, that doesn't look terrible, but again, we're getting close to where we want it to be. And we want to make sure that those teeth have clearance in there. And again, I think that that worm right there would actually just push it into place. So I don't think that's all that bad, the way that that's set up. Anyway, just thought I'd show you how to do that. Hopefully that helps. Have a great day.